is a Nazi party.
Smash the BNP!
The BNP's opponents turned up the volume at a weekend rally organised by the far-right party to celebrate its European election wins. And today, equality campaigners warned of legal action to force the BNP to sit up and listen. If you're from an ethnic minority, you can't join the BNP or work for it. And the party's two candidates elected to the European Parliament earlier this month will only lift a finger for you if you're white British.
We've written to the BNP expressing our concerns about different areas of compliance with race relations legislation, and we're concerned that their membership and constitution might not comply with that legislation. We're also concerned about their employment practices, and we're concerned about the services that they provide to constituents in areas where they've been elected.
The BNP leader Nick Griffin is used to dodging missiles from his political enemies. Today the attack was only verbal, but no less forceful. A letter from the Equality Commission threatening legal action if the BNP doesn't open up to ethnic minorities. The Race Relations Act prohibits discrimination on grounds of ethnicity, but it does make certain exceptions. So the BNP argues that by admitting only white Britons, it's no more discriminatory than, say, the Sikh Police Association. What's more, the Commission says the BNP isn't covered by the exceptions set out in the law because it's a political party, not just an association.
They're trying to airbrush the existence of white people out of the equation, which is, as I said, a vicious form of racism. That's the paradox here. That's all we're trying to do, is assert the rights for our people.
Once the doors are open, we may want to join, to shut them down, or to change them, to make them a more inclusive, representative party. But at the present point, their constitution dictates that someone like myself cannot join that party.
In your judgment, then, at the moment, they are in breach of the Act.
Obviously, at the end of the day, it will be for the courts to decide. But my view, and the views of the council that we've instructed, is that they are acting unlawfully to the law. That's all we're asking them to do: act according to the law.
They've dismissed you as a bunch of bureaucrats. What happens if they ignore the date and do nothing?
Well, obviously, we've written to them a detailed letter asking them to reassure us, asking them to deal with the points we've made. It's for them to respond. If we are satisfied, then that may be the end of it. If we're not satisfied, then of course we will have to consider applying to the court, and then finally it'll be for the court to decide whether they're acting lawfully or not. I'm afraid I don't think they are.
We will answer the letter. I'm not in a hurry to respond to an organisation which lectures us about discrimination when 70% of its overpaid staff are black. This is a witch hunt by, fundamentally, Trevor Phillips, who is a black racist. This is a man who refused last year to comment on or condemn a blacks-only school trip programme from which whites were specifically excluded.
I must stop you there. That is obviously your view. We couldn't concur with that particular identification. But nevertheless, you've heard John Wadham say, and after all, you've said that you believe in the rule of law, that what you're doing currently, as far as your membership is concerned, flouts the law.
Well, the letter is saying that it may flout the law. They think that we may be breaking the law. We're told that their legal counsel says that we are. Our legal counsel says that it's very clear that we're a Section 25, Section 26 exempted organisation because we are here, as was pointed out, for specific ethnic groups. It's nothing to do with colour. Your reporter there said that we'll only lift a finger for white people. That's a simple lie. We've said that for our constituents, we will help anyone who comes to us. But as a political organisation, we're not here for power. We're not here for money. We're here to help our ethnic community because they're the victims of vicious discrimination by our liberal elite.
But your rules do talk about requiring people to be indigenous Caucasians. And you do also talk about collective national, environmental, political, racial, folkish, social, cultural, religious and economic interests of the indigenous Anglo-Saxon, Celtic and Norse folk. Yeah. I don't know why you're so keen on the Norse, but there it is. You are. But that does seem to be absolutely exclusive of anybody who isn't white.
It's nothing to do with white. The fact that the English, we're really talking here about the English, the Scots, the Irish and the Welsh, collectively the people who are ethnically British. And the fact that whiteness is a marker of that, clarify, whiteness isn't the issue.
A black Welshman is perfectly permissible in your party?
No, there's no such thing as a black Welshman. You can have a black Briton, but you can't have a black Welshman.
Would not want him in your party?
We'd be happy to act for him. I'm happy to have him in Britain, but we wouldn't have him in our party because our party is here to act for the indigenous people of these islands.
it seems that he would act for a black person descended of a family that's lived for 200 years in Tiger Bay, but they could not be a member.
Well, obviously, I'm glad to see that they're going to act for anyone. That's an important part of the letter we've written to them. But it seems to me that the evidence is from your interview, and I'm not sure I need to say anything other than just to confirm the fact that actually, it seems to me, there is a breach of the Race Relations Act.